So you're probably wondering what the channel name means, or maybe you've even been trying to pronounce this word Dvseire. Well, it's not a word at all. It's my initials, DVS, and it's Era, which is one of the Irish names for Ireland. So that's it, DVS Era. So I'm in here putting on tape on the inside of all the holes so that I can fill them from above. And it's pretty awkward reaching up in here to tape up these ones here, but I think I have it done. Hello everyone. Well, the sun is shining here today in Ireland, and it's actually t-shirt weather. It's about 13 degrees, and I've decided that today's the day to go for it and try doing filling the holes that were left by the hardware with epoxy today. So that's the plan. I've spent the last hour taping everything up to stop it from falling through the holes into the boat, and I'm going to mix up a bit of thickened epoxy now and go and fill those holes. Right, so what I'm using is West Systems epoxy, and the reason for using this is because watching Sail Life and Mads and his endorsement of the product just made it the logical thing for me to try and use for the job that I'm doing, and the fact that I could get it here locally in Ireland. Okay, so it's 1-to-1 ratio you mix with the pump system. So that's 3 full pumps of resin, and three full pumps of hardener. Okay, so that's 2 minutes of mixing, and the next thing is to add in a bit of this colloidal silica filler. The reason for adding that is to make it a bit thicker and a bit more structurally stronger, filling the holes and filling. It's thickened a bit, it's still a little bit runny, which is what I want, so it'll hopefully fill up all the voids and settle in the holes that I'm filling. Well, I haven't done a lot of filming today because I've just been under pressure trying to get the epoxy mixed and get it put in place on the boat, and been doing that. I'll give you a look at what I've done on the boat and show you how I've got on. Of course, today it said it was going to be a 1% chance of rain, but guess where it's raining? It started raining right here now. Lucky enough, the boat is still covered up and all the epoxy that I've done is pretty much covered, so I don't think it'll come to any harm. But I'll bring you up at the boat and give you a look at what I've done. Okay, so this is the transom. I've used tape here on the inside to keep the epoxy from falling through, and I've used a bit of tape halfway up on the hole to keep it into the hole to stop it from falling out, which done a pretty good job. It's probably going to still need a bit of fairing, but it looks to be pretty good. If it goes off and sets, it'll be grand. And all these little holes as well, I filled up them on the back of the boat. I left the fixing points for the tiller. Haven't done them because I want to keep them just as they are. Filled up these holes in the lazarette. Filled these from the inside here, taped on the other side and filled them from the inside. All these hardware mounting points on the back of the boat, I've filled all them, thickened epoxy, and up into the boat. Get in without falling over and killing myself. I'll put this back in place. Filled up these holes in the bulkhead and the ones over this side here. All the holes in the cabin top for the handrails. Holes here in the top of the cabin top where wiring and stuff came through. I filled those up. I put a bit of fiberglass biaxial tape into those holes as well when I was filling them to give them a bit more strength. Where the mast step is, I didn't fill them holes. I'm just leaving them for my location points for the mast itself. Filled these holes here for the handrails and also the holes for the jib track rails that weren't on the boat, but the holes are left, so I filled all those up too, and any other holes for any other hardware that's removed from the boat. So it's turned out pretty good. It's all in place now. All it has to do is cure, and hopefully it won't get too cold tonight that's going to have any effect on it. I don't think it's supposed to get below 5 degrees Celsius, so I'm hoping that's going to do the job. Okay, so that brings us to the end of another episode. It's a pretty short episode this week, but a lot's been achieved on the boat. Some of it's been on hold for a long time because of the weather. This filling up these holes in the boat with epoxy, thickened epoxy, and closing the boat up essentially. So it's great to get that done. If you've enjoyed watching this video, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.